Welcome back, dear listeners, to another exciting episode of the Transfer News podcast with your charming host, Dave. Grab a cup of tea or coffee, or if you're feeling particularly fancy, a glass of champagne because we've got a lot to dive into today. Let's get this ball rolling with today's transfer stories. First up, it looks like Manchester United might be getting some bad news from Italy. Napoli could be tempted to sell one of their prized possessions, Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, with United showing keen interest. Can you imagine that Italian flair lighting up Old Trafford? Speaking of young talents, Brighton are getting ready to offer Republic of Ireland striker Evan Ferguson on loan come January. 20 years old and already catching eyes all over. It's always good for these young guns to get some playing time, especially with such potential. Meanwhile, those clever folks at Manchester United are also shopping for a new left-back. Imagine Alphonso Davies or Theo Hernandez sprinting down the flanks at Old Trafford. Decisions. In a surprising twist, Joshua Zirkzee might be on his way out of Manchester United just half a year after arriving, with Juventus possibly swooping in. As they say in the movies, blink, and you might miss it. On the youth front, young Chido Obi Martin from Denmark is getting ready to sign a professional contract with Manchester United. Not many 17-year-olds are getting this kind of attention. Chelsea are taking a leap into the future by signing Mathis Eboue from Watford. At just 15 years old and with notable genes, being the son of Emmanuel Eboue, he might just be one to watch. Exciting times at Manchester City as Pep Guardiola has agreed to a contract extension. It's like they keep winning the best manager jackpot, and there's excitement in the scouting front as Sporting's Quenda, drawing comparisons to England's own Bukayo Saka, is attracting interest from Manchester City and United. Feels like a tug-of-war brewing. Oh, and for those following the Jude Bellingham saga at Liverpool, he recently cleared the air, saying it wasn't as dramatic as the media made it. Classic media storm in a teacup. Staying on Merseyside, Jude seems to hint, "We'll see," concerning a Liverpool teammate, but no need to fan those flames, eh? Carlo Ancelotti decided to keep things tight-lipped on that same Liverpool star. There are times when no comment says quite a lot. In the US of A, Javier Mascherano has been crowned as the new boss at Inter Miami. Looks like they're upping their game all the way across the pond. And a little whisper of reassurance for Aston Villa fans. Boss Unai Emery squashed any ideas about a January return for Luiz. Sorry to burst anyone's dream bubble. A frequent flyer in our rumour mill, Mohamed Salah has triggered some chat with his contract comments. It suggested he might play in Saudi eventually, but nothing is concrete. At least not yet. Nothing like a repeat performance in the rumour arena, with some skepticism about those Saudi clubs' real interest in getting Salah. Keep those boots, Liverpool. Before we close, a little treat for our Fantasy Manager listeners. Want to win your Fantasy Premier League mini-leagues? Join Fantasy Football Hub today with 30% off using our link in the show notes. And that wraps up another episode of the Transfer News podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, or visit us at transfernewspodcast.com. Until next time, keep dreaming of those glorious transfers.